What if I told you Disney World had a dark and disturbing past? Would you be surprised? We're about to jump into a video called the Top 10 Scary Things Told by Disneyland Employees. So I have no idea what to expect. I love Disney. I don't know how anything bad could happen there. But why don't we just jump into the video and see for ourselves, alright? Let's do it.
Know this, even more than the parks being super fun for kids of all ages, most of us grew up on the movies that told stories of love, adventure, royalty, singing mice, and often depressing or scary subplots and original stories. Well, maybe Disney is not so happy after all. Have you guys ever stopped to wonder if maybe, just maybe, that Disney isn't always as happy as, they want us to think? Well, how's it going, you guys? I'm your host for this one, Landon Do Not Sing. Welcome back to another Most Amazing Top 10 video. If there's one thing that we know about Disney, it's that it's full of secrets and deception. Not always bad, but not always good either, and there is nobody more qualified to tell us about all the nitty-gritty details than people who actually work for the company. Well, they actually get the inside scoop. But before we begin, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think is the scariest Disney movie? And make sure you guys go check out our brand new channel. We haven't launched yet, but check out Top 10 Central Dark. I'll make sure to link it in the description down below. It's where we react to
scariest movie is definitely that guy that's swinging. Quasimodo. What movie is that called? So that guy gave me nightmares when I was younger.
Please tell me what you guys think. Alright, let's get right into this list. This is the top 10 scary things told by Disney employees. Starting us off, in at number 10 is cast members who get to experience the rides after dark. And by get to, I mean have to. They're absolutely forced to. Well, apparently some of these rides are absolutely 100% haunted. Especially It's a Small World. I remember I was stuck in that ride one time and I wanted to absolutely kill myself because it was so annoying. It was on repeat. It's so repetitive. Well, multiple cast members have reported seeing the little animated dolls blink or appear in entirely different places long after that they've been unplugged and switched off for the night. Honestly, there's just something about the ride that creeps me out, and a reason why I just won't go on this ride ever again. In at number 9 is the poor employee who had a little bit of a game with Walt Disney himself after he died. A bit of backstory. Whenever Walt was at the parks, the staff would always make sure that the light in the window of the fire station was turned on to let everyone know, Walt's here, let's be on our best behavior. Well, once he died, they turned off the lights. But one day, a staff member was cleaning the room where the lamp was, and they saw that it was turned on. She turned it off, turned around, and when she turned back, it was switched on again. This would freak me out. She again turned it off. I wouldn't do that. I would just run like crazy, not look back, put in my resignation, and I'd probably go work for Microsoft or something. Well, something inside her was telling her that Walt was letting her know that, hey, I'm still here. I'm still much alive in this park. Well, since then, the lights always stay on to let everyone know that Walt is looking down on the parks. So everyone there better be on their best behavior.
That is so freaky because apparently Disney was very into that stuff. They have an exclusive club, like the 33 Club. So Walt Disney was very into all that stuff. So that does not surprise me at all.
At number 8 is when a Disney employee noticed that there was a mysterious box chained to a lamppost. Anyone who's seen any type of crime shows know that if there's a mysterious package anywhere, it might be a bomb, and to clear the area and call 911. This employee jumped into action and did just that, because the last thing anybody wants is an active bomb in the happiest place on earth, filled with excited kids and their families. Turns out, thankfully, it wasn't a bomb. It was just some family's lunch, and they just didn't want to carry it around with them. But seriously, guys, I don't understand wanting to carry your lunch around. I mean, at that point, just go out and buy lunch in a restaurant. Just go buy a turkey leg somewhere. Well, I guess on this day, it would save a lot of people a lot of stress. Okay, next up, at number 7 spot is the employee who had to help break up a fight that could have ended really poorly. Apparently, a group of 20-year-olds were getting rowdy and started punching each other in the arms. But one of them missed and ended up
Are you kidding
punching a 12-year-old girl right in the face. Is this real life right now? How do you mess that up? Which is, well, this is bad enough, but imagine doing that and then realizing that the little girl's dad is right there. It's like, and then right behind her is this big dude. Well, this guy, he was actually 6'4", over 300 pounds, and really mad. Like really mad. It literally took 4 security guards and 2 deputies to pull the dad off the guy who punched his daughter, but not
I don't blame
after
the dad at all.
bloodying up himself. Number 6 today goes to a worker who might have told an exorcism at the haunted mansion. Apparently before the ride even opened up, an employee heard music coming from the walls of the seance room. Mysterious music is bad enough from any room, but a seance room? Especially when there are rumors that the spell book was a real one, which was once owned by witches. Well, that is class A nope material for me. Instead of cleansing the place, this employee decided to just install speakers to drown out the noise, but I guess whatever helps you sleep at night, I guess. Halfway through, in at number 5 is a staff member who discovered the body of a man who had died in his hotel room. I guess cleaning staff must have found him, but it was apparent that he had taken his own life. The room's windows and entrance were covered by those "Pardon our dust" signs. I've never seen that kind of sign before, like, "Pardon, we didn't clean this place, don't mind it." And there was an important meet and greet to distract people from the room as police arrived on the scene. No matter what I encountered in my life, I feel like finding someone else's body would probably be the scariest thing to happen. In at number 4 is the employee who had to stop a situation that could have ended a lot worse than it did. This group of drunk people were on the Dumbo ride with their infant when they decided that it would be a good idea to reenact The Lion King. Yeah, you guys know where I'm going with this one. You guys know what I'm talking about. Well, they took off the seatbelt of the kid, and they held their hands like Rafiki did to Simba during the Circle of Life. Well, the ride operator emergency stopped the ride, and the entire group was escorted out of the park and arrested as soon as they stepped out of the gates. So did they have to wait until they were completely out of the park to be arrested? Because I would try to resist and never leave. Like, I would never try to cross that line of like Disney exit, Disney exit. Next up, number 3 is an employee who had to deal with a watery attack. Well, during a jungle cruise, everything was going pretty well until suddenly one lady entirely lost her cool at the guy sitting in front of her. Mind you, he hadn't done anything other than enjoy his ride because he's in the happiest place on earth. Well, she started to scream at him and then lunged at him, clawing his face and kicking him. The skipper on board had to fire 4 rounds from his pistol into the air to warn other boats, rushed back to the dock, and tried to pull the lady off of the guy. Well, apparently half the people on board were trying to help as well. When medical and security arrived, they finally got her secured and into an ambulance. Turns out she was schizophrenic and hadn't taken her medication that day, and unfortunately had an episode in the middle of the water. It's always sad when somebody has a mental illness that affects them like that. Like you're trying to enjoy your ride, and all of a sudden you're having panic attacks, you're freaking out. But I can't even imagine how scary that would have been for staff and customers as well, who may not be experienced with understanding what that person is going through. Number 2 today goes to an employee who had to deal with the aftermath of something truly disgusting. Apparently in line at one of the rides, a fully grown man decided to take a poop in the corner of the pre-show, which is pretty damn disgusting, especially when you remember that Disney is filled with kids, and kids are curious, and they like to satisfy their curiosity by finding things and putting it in their mouth. Yeah, so one kid actually saw the poop and decided it was snack time. The mom rushed the kid to the staff washroom in a panic where the employees were just staring in shock. If I was the employee in that situation, I wouldn't do anything at all because I would just be in total shock. My mouth would just be like, is this real life right now?
That guy should be banned for life. Did that guy really take a And finally, in a number 1 spot is a cast member who met their tragic end at one of the shows back in 1974. I've heard this.
18-year-old Deborah Gale Stone was working at the American Sings attraction at Disneyland at the end of the night. She got too close to the area of the stage by a moving wall and a stationary wall. And as the one wall moved, she got trapped between the two and it ended up being crushed. Nobody was in the theater with her, but the ride operator next door heard her screams and rushed to help. But unfortunately, they were too late. Eventually the solid walls were replaced with, breakable ones to prevent a tragedy like this, one to prevent someone getting squished. I don't know who thought of this. There should be like a fail safe or like pressure sensors. Like, you know how you have a garage door and something's underneath it, it would go and then all of a sudden stop because there are sensors? Well, they definitely should have had one in place. Well, it was rumored that Deborah now haunts the attraction and now can be heard telling others
that is so
to
freaky.
be careful. Well, there you guys have it.
Yo, that is so messed up. That family should have got a multi-million-dollar settlement because that should just never happen. That should never happen. Disney's a multi-billion-dollar operation. You gotta prevent stuff like that. I know it was the 70s, but still. So the family needs a chunk of change. But anyways, there were a lot of freaky stuff on there. Like the guy that pooped. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. You're banned for life. I don't want to see you. Because if you're just walking down Magic Kingdom, going by the castle, going by Tomorrowland, and you look down and see a big poop, that just takes the magic out of the area. So get those people out of Disney. We don't need them. Especially the fact that you did it and you left it there. I get sometimes the people just gotta go. But like, at least pick it up with your hand and throw it in a lake or something. I don't know. But anyways, this was kind of freaky. Because there are a lot of things I did not know. It's sinister that happened in Disney. Still #1 in my book. It's still aces, but it makes me reconsider some things. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want me to react to in the future, and take it easy, everybody. Have a great day.